That's baby. You said a baby's not going to be afraid of a bear.
Yeah, without the prior knowledge of the dangers of a bear, the baby will likely not be afraid of a bear. If you do not have the prior knowledge of a bear, you're gonna think a bear is fucking adorable. You're gonna
So
want
you
to
don't
pet it.
believe in flight or flight?
No, fight or flight are very much a real thing, but there are some fears in which we have that are constructed based off of the prior knowledge we have.
You know, that just goes to show that there's some
Like, for
biology.
example, like the fear of water or the fear of falling. That's a consistent fear that humans have.
Yeah, it's because the human body wants to survive and carry on the
You
next
you,
thing.
you
That's the reason
could
why
you
there's
could
some
you could say
pleasures.
that these things are towards survival. You cannot say whether or not it has a particular purpose.
So why? I mean, why
Because
do you?
again, you will never be able to determine something's purpose without the conscious mind that created it.
Like for instance, that's the whole reason why we have certain pleasures when we do certain things. For example, in this context, this whole conversation is about when we participate in SMEX, right? That's the reason why I have purpose because I mean we have pleasure because the human body try to carry
Hey,
on
Mari, shut up for a minute.
race.
Whoever just cashed at me that Venmo, how do I,
Cash App you that Venmo? Is this guy fucking
how do
60?
do you swipe down and you can get the notification again? How do you do it?
Do you have an iPhone?
It was Gilmore. Gilmore, I appreciate the $15. Thank you.
Anyway.
Appreciate it.
Anyway.
I love you. Sorry.
Anyway. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but feel free to jump in anytime, AJ. Stop mooching off me. Anyway, so hey, Mari, go. I'm joking. I love you. What were you saying? What was the fuck were you
Yeah,
talking
so
about?
I mean, for instance, that's why we have dopamine in our brain because that's the chemical that tells us, hey, you know, we have to continue to do this thing.
You cannot say why we have a particular thing. You can say that it has an ability.
Inability? What do you mean?
Right. Like I said before, you cannot determine something's purpose unless you understand the conscious mind that created it. If you do not know the conscious mind that created it, you will never know something's purpose. You will only know its abilities.
Oh, so you believe in God?
No, that's quite literally not what I said.
Oh, you don't believe in God?
No.
Okay. Why do you not believe in God?
I don't believe in any God depicted on Earth.
Depicted on Earth. Why not?
Yeah, because these gods entail contradictions. When there's a God that does not entail any contradictions, then I will be more agnostic on that God. Generally, I don't care if there is or is not a God.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hold to divine command theory. That's another reason why I think homosexuality is wrong.
What is divine command theory? Are you Christian?
Yes.
Right. So then I don't. Yeah. So like, yeah, your worldview literally entails a contradiction. Your God by that cannot be real.
Yeah. So can you? I mean, can you disprove my position or what?
Yeah. So what is the theory that you're going off of? I've never heard of it before.
Yeah. So it's just the ethical. It's just
Right. So do you think that slavery is wrong?
do I think slavery is wrong? What do you mean?
Do
What
you
do you mean
think
by
that
wrong?
do you think that slavery is wrong?
What are you defining slavery?
Oh my God.
You have to define what you mean. Yeah.
Chattel slavery. How about
Yeah,
that?
so owning someone against their will as a form of like, as a means of like getting to do hard labor, usually entailing abuse, selling their children, selling them, owning people as property.
Beating them.
Yeah, so these are all going to be things that are like in itself different from what the Bible condones.
I didn't ask you though. So,
Yeah, I
do you
mean,
think
but that's
do you
just-
think? Hey, Mari, you're doing the math ahead of me.
No, I mean,
why.
I know you guys.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
but, like,
why.
nah,
It's not even. It's not a got you. It's not a got you.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
You know what got you?
So-
Your fucking hairline, right? So let's like.
Wait a minute, but
let's
he doesn't
simmer
even
down.
have a hairline.
Let's simmer down.
That
right?
shit's.
So,
Is that
Hey.
you, your profile picture?
AJ, let's just let him live. Let him live. Alopecia.
So
runs in
look,
the
so
blood.
are
It's
you
like
gonna?
receded.
Hey, let's back up. Oh,
Yeah, so
let's back up.
yeah, I would.
Yeah, so
participate-
Mari, so do
I
you
would-
think
I would participate in your rhetoric, but it sucks. So look, can you?
it really doesn't though? Because you don't even know what my argument is. So do
Can
you
you-
think that
so
slavery
can you
is wrong?
address the
But do
Bible
you think that
actually?
slavery is wrong?
Do I think slavery is
But-
wrong?
Yeah, yes or no?
In the context of the Bible, no.
So you don't think slavery is wrong in the context of the Bible?
The way the Bible condones it, no, not necessarily.
How does the way the Bible
transatlantic saints say,
how
I
does
think
the
that was
way
wrong.
that the I don't care how does the way that the Bible condones it make it valid?
Yeah, so the slavery that happened in the Bible, for instance, was different from the slavery that happened like
How
400
so?
years ago.
How so?
Yeah, because people weren't being stolen from their lands from foreign countries,
That's not true.
unless it was the Israelites.
No.
Yeah, so can you prove that?
Yeah, so the Bible literally says that they can go into other countries and enslave them. I don't see how
Can
you
you give me a
can
verse?
how do you willingly enslave another person without capturing them?
Can you give me a verse?
Oh, cool. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see.
Right here. Are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to verse over chattel slavery being condoned, or?
Yeah, in the context of them being able to,
Not
they can
chattel
get their male
slavery,
and
but
female slave. It was. So Leviticus 25:44 to
define
46.
chattel slavery.
Yeah, so it is when you can own people as property, but then also own their children. They can never get out. So your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy some of the temporary residents living among you, and members of their clans born into your country, and they will become your property. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property and make them slaves for life. But you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly.
Yeah, great. So where does it say you can steal people from their land?
Yeah,
Wait,
so
What are we? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Well,
yeah,
yeah. So
so
where does it say that you can steal people unwillingly from their lands? It just says you can buy slaves from other lands, but where does it say you can steal them?
where are they getting their slaves from?
They're getting their slaves from other people that are already owned as slaves in other foreign countries. But can you tell me where it says to steal them? Like you guys are pushing out there the narrative.
Okay, then I can just concede on that. I still think buying slaves is wrong.
So yeah, exactly. So with
It's
that
kind of
being
weird
said,
that that's what you're simmering in on, right? Like that someone's being stolen
well,
from
no,
you.
the thing
Minus
is, you
fact
guys
that-
are the narrative that you guys try to push, like, oh, it was like
Yes,
it was
it's
something that
fine.
kind of condone. This is the reason why.
Yeah, it's fine. I
Like, your
misspoke. I
narrative
still
is
think it's
completely
just as wrong to buy slaves.
You think it's well? I don't. I mean, that's like I said in the context of the Bible. I don't think.
Hazy, I appreciate the $10 on Cash App. Thank you very much. And Mari, by the way, regardless of, I mean, she already conceded, but just so you know, are you wondering if, like, in the timeline of Exodus, slaves were being bought and stolen from other people's land? Is that your question, or are you looking for a verse where God condones it?
No, so you guys are pushing the narrative that people were being stolen from their land unwillingly.
Well, actually,
that
that did actually happen.
Yeah, but within the context of sex slavery, though.
There's actually in Exodus 20. There is a verse. I don't know if you take it's NIV. And the verse says in Exodus 21:16, it says, anyone who kidnaps someone is to be put to death, whether the victim has been sold or is still in the kidnapper's possession. And many historians and scholars have, I mean, there's actually no debate, even among Christian apologists, that slaves, among other people, were bought, sold, and stolen from other people's land.
Yeah, but you literally just quoted the verse where it literally condemns that.
I know. Mari, all I'm saying is that it happened, right?
Yeah, but the Bible doesn't condone that.
But quite frankly, it's irrelevant because the whole point that's being made here is that God doesn't condone chattel slavery. God doesn't condone sex slavery. As a matter of fact, in the same verse in Exodus 21, straight from the Bible, it says that it references God. God himself references slaves as property, right? Why am I being flagged? Is that me?
Yeah, I got flagged too. I don't know why.
Should I leave?
I got it too, so I guess not. I don't really care. But go ahead.
Okay,
It's fine.
that's really weird.
Yeah, TikTok's weird.
What was I going to say? But in Exodus 21, it actually says that not only does God allow slavery, but he allows the beating of the slaves so long as they recover within a day or two.
Can you give me a verse?
Yeah, Exodus, sure. It is, turn to my Bible, it's Exodus 21:20 through 21 in NIV. This is my NIV Bible. It says, if a man, sorry, I got to put in the light. If a man beats his male or female slave with the rod and the slave dies as a direct result, he must be punished. But he is not to be punished if the slave gets up after
Stacey, they give it a $5 over ML.
if the slave gets up after a day or two, since the slave is his property. 21:20 through 21. So God not only calls the slave property, but says it's okay to beat the slaves so long as they recover in a day or two. Literally, verbatim, NIV.
Where did it say it's okay to beat the slave? It just gives a rule.
It literally says that it is not. You're
Makes
not.
you think of it at $10.
Listen very carefully. If the male or female is beat with a fucking rod, but the slave gets up after a day or two, there is no punishment for it.
Yeah, but what? How does this automatically mean that this meant that God was literally like, yeah, go ahead, beat your slaves?
The amount of intellect you have is crazy, brother. Listen very carefully.
Thank you very much.
God is knowing that this is occurring, mentioning it, and saying that it is allowed, and there is no punishment if after someone is beaten with the fucking rod, they get up after 2 days.
Yeah, so do you know what the point of a law is?
Allowing the behavior, because God already admits that there are parts of owning a slave that are not allowed, that you will be punished for.
So do you know what the point of a law is?
May I finish talking? Because I don't appreciate you just trying to get around it, right?
I'm not trying to get around anything.
Oh, you very much are. Your Bible, right, specifically says that there are punishments if you don't follow explicit rules that are given in Exodus if you own a slave. One of those is if you beat your slave, okay, and they do not recover after a couple days. You will be punished for it. One of the other punishments is that you can be put to death if you steal someone's slave. However, there are no punishments if there is harm done and they recover off the ground after a day or two, quote, since the slave is his property. So God calls the slave property. God allows, right? He doesn't have to say it's okay to. You are allowing it if there is no punishment for it. The absence of a punishment and mentioning it is allowing it, okay? So it's not like God doesn't know what's going on and he's like, oh, well, I know that you're doing this to the slave. We're going to punish you for that, but I don't know what else is going on. No, God knows everything that's going on, mentions it, and says it's okay so long as they get up after a day or two. That's what it says directly.
Yeah, but that's just gonna. So do you know what the point of a law is?
Of a law?
Yeah, of a law, like in any case.
Well, I mean, as far as legality goes, it's to keep people in check.
Exactly. And that's the point of that law, is to keep people in check. It's not to say that it allows people to do it. So like when people beat their slave,
There is no law for beating a slave. There is no law.
That's a command. The verse you just read was a command. It's supposed to keep people in check.
It's only, oh my God, I don't know what you're not understanding. It is only in the context of the slave being unalived, right?
Right.
But they literally, like, if there is no law and no punishment that says that you
Well, no, because
it literally says you can beat the slave half to death, and that is permissible.
It does not say
God
that.
believes that is
Because
what is it implying?
Literally when you go,
because I don't know, Mari, I don't know if you want to boil down.
Leviticus,
I don't know if you want to boil down language to you just not understanding how words work.
Well, no, because
if there is a specific
Can I
punishment for, I'm still talking though, Mari. You cut me off, genius. Okay, so like I was saying before, if there is punishment, right? If there is you have one thing that can be done. It is done to an nth degree. When it gets to a certain degree, then there is punishment. That means anything before that degree is permissible. That's literally what that means.
Right. But who's to say there's not other punishment? Because when you go to Leviticus,
God.
Because when you go to Leviticus chapter 19, it literally says to treat your strangers in the land as Hebrew brothers. So God is not condoning people to treat people
because those aren't slaves. Those are not someone's property.
That's not true, because when you read the rest of the verse, I believe it's Leviticus chapter 19 and verses 40 through 44. It says you must treat your strangers in the land as Hebrew brothers because you were strangers in Egypt. So what were they in Egypt? They were literally slaves. So in this same context, right, strangers can include slaves. So he literally tells the Hebrews to literally treat everybody like a regular Hebrew. So that law that you read in Exodus was to keep people in check. That's the whole point of a law. Right.
So we can beat other Hebrews half to death.
The amount of mental gymnastics you're doing is crazy. It is very, very clear. Very clear. Okay. No.
It's just interpreting the Bible.
I'm going to tell you something, and this annoys me about so many Christians. You guys do tricks on God's dick when it comes to anything else that is not something you agree with in the Bible. In this case, the text is explicit.
Who said I didn't agree with the Bible?
Excuse me, I'm not done. No even Christian apologist disagrees or refutes this text. The argument that some Christian apologists make is that
I don't disagree with the text neither.
what?
I don't disagree with the text neither.
No, you do, because what you're saying is, well, God's not technically allowing it because he doesn't explicitly say it. That's exactly what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't allow. I'm saying he doesn't condone it. I'm saying that the point of the law is to keep people in check.
I don't care what the point of the law is. The fact of the matter is that God is allowing slavery, and on top of that, he's allowing slaves to be beat with no punishment, right? Because God has
there literally is a punishment. You just read it, dude. It says there'll be a punishment if the slave is unalived.
Right.
That means you can be, as long as you beat them and not unalive them, that means it's permissible to beat
right,
them.
Exactly.
But these people, if somebody beats a slave,
if it was illegal to beat a slave, he would just say, "Don't beat the slave."
That's a good chance that the slave could unalive. that people would have second thoughts of beating their slave. That's the whole point of the law. That's what I'm saying, to keep people in check.
But that's literally.
You're not even engaging.
You can disagree.
Mari, that's literally not how that works.
Wait.
If someone says you can do whatever you want to this person, just don't unalive them, that means you can do whatever you want to this person, just don't unalive them. That implies that it is permissible for them to torture them as long as they don't die.
Wait, can you show me where it says torture them? Like, I'm confused.
That is what is entailed under that particular law.
No, that's not.
It is only punishable if they die. If they do not die, then there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know what you're not getting here.
No, he gets it, and Maru, we know you understand it. You're just choosing not to listen, and quite frankly, it's gross that it's just gross that you and every other Christian does this shit. It's crazy.
Again, I agree with the Bible. So like I said, I mean,
great. You agree with chattel slavery? Great.
We are. So now you're going to
slavery,
say chattel
sex
slavery.
trafficking.
Well, earlier, hold on. So earlier, you literally said that it wasn't chattel slavery. Now you're trying to say there's chattel slavery because
from the beginning,
because there's new people coming in and they're going to see.
When did he ever make that claim?
It literally, y'all literally conceded on that earlier that it wasn't chattel slavery. So
I have from the beginning said it was chattel slavery.
I literally only conceded saying that the Israelites didn't go out and capture slaves.
Yeah, that would okay. With that being said,
you can still participate in chattel slavery and not do the work.
Here's and by the way, this again, this isn't. I don't need Mari on TikTok's opinion about. Oh well, I think the text says this. I actually pulled up Dr. Belotham, PhD, Christian apologist, Fairbanks from Harvard. Actually, says quote. He works in PhD. He works in the humanities department. You'd think he'd work in theology, but he says the Book of Exodus offers a complex view of servitude, while it outlines for the Israelite slaves explicit chattel slavery, which can be interpreted as nothing else than the beating, or nothing else than violence. Sorry, these can be interpreted as nothing else but straight violence.
Wait a minute. Sure. Wait. Hold on. I never, like I said earlier, I never said that I disagree with the Bible. But if you're gonna say that this is wrong, I want to know your basis for why this is wrong.
Why slavery is wrong?
So in the context of the Bible, why in this context of the Bible, why is it wrong? What's your worldview? What are you basing your what are your moral groundings?
I guess I don't understand what you mean. Like
he's asking where your preferences is from because he believes that his preferences are objective.
Yeah. So I'm holding to the Bible. You pointing out something in the Bible that you don't like. I mean, sure, that's understandable, but
it has nothing.
How does that disprove my position?
Bible. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that. When I talk about my morals. A good baseline, just for you to understand, is usually, actually in all scenarios, beating somebody unjustifiably, graping them, anything that causes harm to yourself or another human being with no justification, in my opinion, is immoral. Okay.
So I mean, I'm gonna agree that raping somebody is wrong because the Bible speaks against that. But
no, it doesn't.
When you're talking about,
you said the Bible's against that.
Yeah, of course. It says thou shalt not covet.
I'm sorry. Where's the verse? Where does the Bible say that?
It says thou shalt not covet. Exodus 20, I believe.
Exodus 20. Give me the verse.
What does covet mean?
And the verse better say it explicitly, because apparently you can't have implications in the Bible. That's not a thing, apparently.
No, that's a verbatim fallacy. I don't.
You did that, but you did that. But you did that. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, that's not what I did.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The
You just did
gaslighting
that.
is crazy.
Because you guys said it.
That's literally why AJ said what he said, because you did that.
Okay, so with that being said, it also says in the Bible that I should not commit adultery.
I just want the verse. I want the verse.
Okay.
No, you shut up.
I still can't believe I was flagged. I talked for like 1 minute and I have a bullying.
It might be this topic in particular, but I sent in like whenever you do it, you can't just close it. You need to set in like a
I know I should have done it. I know.
I already did, so hopefully it doesn't take us down. I noticed that when I do that, it doesn't take me down. So let's see. But I'm still chat. Do you guys think I should restart, because we do have a little bit of a cap going on here? I want to check.
I would do a restart just because of that flag too. Because if you do get a second one, you are going to get taken.
I'm cooked. Yeah. So I said cooked. I'm cooked. Hello, Mari. Did you find it? Did you find it verbatim?
Yeah, I have the verses. It's Exodus 20, verse 17.
Okay, Exodus 20, verse 17, and. Okay, so you shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, ox, donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. Okay, so where does that explicitly say not to grape?
Yeah, so again, verbatim fallacy.
Yeah, so no, you did the entire time, but also Mari, covet means just like to want
this
to
guy's
possess.
out.
Yeah. Mari, covet literally just means to want to have something, right?
Yeah, but because
so it literally, so this is what this is describing is like, yeah, you shouldn't want your neighbor's wife, and I would agree with that. You shouldn't want their life, their servants, all of these things. It's regarding desire. Also, that you can want, look, you can be in love. Like, I'm in love with AJ, right? Even though he has a girlfriend. That's like, you see what I mean? So like, I'm to covet AJ, technically that is what I'm doing right now, because if I desire AJ, that would be wrong. But even still, if AJ wanted to put it down sexual white boy style, right, that would still be consensual. Desire is not sexual assault.
But desire, you would agree that desire that's pretty much the reason why people agree.
Desire is not sexual assault.
But desire leads to that.
Because unless you're gonna say that like this article is also talking about him, like this person allegedly wanting to grape the wife, the servant, the male servant, the female servant, the ox, the donkey. I don't know where.
Well, I'm saying grape. I'm saying grape will fall under this category because grape literally comes from
covet. No, it wouldn't though. I don't know where it would. From.
It literally
covet
would.
Literally just means
how can
to
you
desire something greatly.
Wait, so do people grape people without the desire to do it?
No, because it is not out of the desire for the person. It is out of the desire for the grape.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you're designing somebody.
People who want to grape people don't necessarily care about the person. They care about the grape.
Well, they
care about the power. They don't.
They're
care
desiring
about the
something that doesn't belong to them.
I don't know. This is huge extrapolation, right? So again, Mari, you don't get to think deeply into. Wait,
what do you mean by extrapolation?
This verse doesn't. Yeah, so you're applying extra logic to these things, and it's
extra
not
logic.
there.
What do you mean by that? Extra logic.
There. You're taking this logic to. So you're reaching, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're reaching.
I'm reaching. Okay, I'm reaching for this water.
Because you're saying that like if you want to grape someone, that means you want to covet them, and this verse does not say that. You wanted us to find specific verses that say specific things, and yet you cannot do that.
No, I'm saying grape falls under this category of coveting because when you're coveting, you're desiring somebody that doesn't belong to you. That's why people grape people, because they're desiring something that doesn't belong to them. That's literally what coveting is.
No, desiring someone and desiring grape are two different things.
It's like me telling like a lie, right? There's different types of lies, but a lie is just a lie. So
this guy is just Amari. Can I tell you again? The problem here is that you. And by the way, I don't even think. Just chat and I don't even think you're doing this on purpose. I genuinely believe that you've lied to yourself so much that you actually believe the text exactly as it is, no other interpretations allowed. Because when we read Exodus, I'm still
unless it's convenient for him.
No, that's not. I mean, that's not true. I accept scholars. I accept other
and
people.
I'm not done. Right? Because and by the way, you could not quote any scholar that's not a Christian apologist, right? It has to agree with you. God forbid.
I mean, no, I can.
Well, AJ, just let AJ fucking finish.
Jordan Peterson.
Why don't I just? I only said 2 sentences before you interrupt.
I'm not saying you saying you're just assuming that you don't actually.
Hey man, simmer down.
Okay, so now I'm going to finish what I said there, and then I'm not you're right. I am assuming. Watch this. Just name one. Name one scholar that is not a Christian apologist.
Jordan Peterson.
Who?
Jordan Peterson. He's a scholar, right?
You just got that out of the chat.
No, I literally just said that before. Oh man. Okay, whatever. Sure, I got it out of the chat. Whatever.
Okay, name another one.
I mean, I can name a skeptical one I don't agree with all the time.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So,
Bart Ehrman. I mean, I know who that guy is.
Bart Ehrman?
Bart Ehrman. He's a skeptical scholar who literally...
A skeptical scholar. Fantastic. So,
not Christian, by the way, guys. Just to let you know.
You said what?
He's not Christian. Just to let you know.
Jordan Peterson is.
Jordan Peterson is not a Christian. He teaches the Bible, but he's not Christian.
Okay, fantastic. Who cares? Anyways, as far as it related to Exodus, when we read text that explicitly said that there's no punishment for being a slave, so God is allowing slavery, right? The implication's very clear, right? Like I even pulled up Christian apologists. No one disagrees with this. Okay, but then you go, oh, well, come on. I mean, it doesn't explicitly say it, therefore it might not be
I already
true.
told you.
Then
I don't disagree with the text. I agree with the text. I will stand 10 toes down and say I agree with the text.
I heard what you said.
Okay.
The problem was the mental gymnastics you were doing for 20 minutes going back and forth, telling us that so long as text doesn't explicitly say that God's not condoning it, or, he doesn't say it's okay, therefore blah, blah, blah. You did that for 20 minutes. But as soon as you made a claim about the Bible saying grape is wrong, which it 100% does not. It doesn't even imply it in Exodus 20:17. You go, here's a verse. It doesn't say it, but I think it implies it. Actually, you didn't even say I think. You made an objective claim about it. And that's the problem, right? You're not the only Christian that does it. Every Christian does this. You don't allow for other interpretations. When you're corrected and you find out that X is in the Bible, you go, oh, no. I don't know why you guys do this, but this is why we can't ever have good faith conversations. Because when it comes to the Bible, you don't allow for other interpretations, even if it's for people that have a PhD and have studied theology for 20 years. Like the person from Harvard, that's a Christian. You disagreed with him. Maybe you should be a little
also Edith, we're about to restart in a little bit. So
that's okay.
I just suggest being a little more open-minded, because I was also in the church for for 18, 19 years. I never understood why Christians like you do this. I never had a problem with learning and going, you know what, I was totally wrong about that. I didn't know that about God's character, and I conceded, right? You should learn to do that, because not everything you think is true from your interpretation is correct. And a lot of things are wrong. The Bible is extremely, extremely complex. Scholars have made it and translated it in different versions to make it dumbed down and seem easy. But I promise you, the original scripts that were translated out of Hebrew and Arabic are not what you think they are. It is not black and white like you think it is. It's just not. And even so, the version that I'm holding in my hand, NIV, this isn't simple text either. It's full of hyperboles and analogies and metaphors, things that people don't understand, like Genesis. Scholars disagree on Genesis, even Christian apologists. We don't even know if it was actually the Garden of Eden or if it was one big analogy. You should read into that. The point I'm making is be more open-minded, because this whole book is up to interpretation, right? It only seems clear to you because we've dumbed it down in translation. Just letting you know.
That's not true. Our book is not.
Wait. I've been waiting so long. I've been waiting so long to come up here and say one thing.
Listen,
I've been waiting so long to come up here and say one thing. We don't have time for you to respond to all of that. So I just wanted to say that, like, in Deuteronomy 22, what are the exact 22, 25 to 27. well, actually, in all of 22:13 through 30, it literally lists laws of sexual immorality, and it talks about grape, and says from where is it? Yeah, 22 to about the rest of that verse. It's talking about the laws specifically talking about grape. And so 22 says, if a man is found lying with the wife of another man, both of them shall die. The man who lay with the woman and the woman, you shall purge the evil from Israel. And then it goes on to say that if there's a betrothed virgin and a man meets her in the city and lies with her, then you shall bring them both out to the city, sorry, I'm illiterate. You should bring them both out
And stone them.
to the gate of the city, and you shall stone them to death with the stones. Obviously with stones, the young woman, because she did not cry for help, even though she was in the city, and the man, because he violated his neighbor's wife. The Bible's literally saying it's not wrong to rape. It's only wrong because you're disrespecting another man.
Yeah, so can you prove that to me?
It said it right
Just
there.
read the
She
verse.
just did.
Read
Yeah, no.
the
Can
verse.
you show me that this is a? Yeah, can you show me that
Edith,
it's
that's
not
a
wrong?
fallacy. That's a verbatim fallacy.
Wait.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you
Reading directly from the Bible fallacy.
Wait, can are you asking
quote
if
fallacy.
she can show you if that's wrong?
No, I'm saying can she show me that her interpretation is the correct one? She said it is not
It's-
wrong.
What
Said it
other
word for word.
interpretation is there?
She said
Those are
there's not. No,
This
no,
is-
Mari,
this is-
those are
what she said verbatim.
instructions.
So she
Those are
said, she said that it's not wrong because basically, or the Bible
Wait,
saying
it
it's
says
not
why.
wrong.
It literally says why.
Yeah,
It
so can
says on 20, what is this? Fucking Deuteronomy 22:24. It says, and you shall stone them to death with stones, the young woman because she did not cry for help, even though she was in the city, and the man because he violated his neighbor's wife.
It literally says you should stone him because he literally freaking violated somebody.
his neighbor's wife, not because he violated the wife,
hold on, let me ask you.
because he violated his neighbor's wife.
It's his neighbor's property.
if this
so
verse-
it's not
if this
wrong
verse-
because he violated.
Is this verse talking about grape?
violated her consent
Yes,
and her
this
body.
verse talking
It's
about grape?
because
It literally is.
Is this
it's
verse
a
talking
property
about
crime.
grape?
It is.
Is this it's talking about grape?
It is.
Yes.
Oh, and it says he should be what? He should be what?
Stoned with the woman.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
you're not.
But
You're not
the woman
listening. You're
also
not
should be
listening.
stoned.
Yeah, that's the point. The woman is also to be stoned, but the man is only to. Well, the woman is only supposed to be stoned
yeah.
because.
So can you prove to me that this is
Stop
talking about grape?
talking. I can't explain shit to you if you don't let me speak. So the woman should be stoned because she didn't scream loud enough to get help, which that's fucked up in and of itself.
Can you
But then-
prove to me that this
She's
is
not done speaking, Mari. Damn.
Damn.
she's yapping?
But the
She's
no.
really not. She's the only reason
listen.
she's only yapping because she has to fucking start over because you won't stop interrupting her.
Well, maybe she should get to the point without having enough time.
Mods, fucking put a muzzle.
Oh,
on
damn,
this
that's
man,
crazy.
please. Put
Anyways.
a muzzle on this Diddy wannabe.
So not the, so the woman is to be stoned because she didn't yell loud enough for help. So victim blaming, and the man shall be stoned because he violated his neighbor's property. This is a direct quote from the English Standard Version.
Yeah. So can you?
Of
Yeah.
the
So,
Bible.
hold on. Do you think the Bible's written in English?
Okay,
dude,
so now we're gonna read. Do you need me to get mad?
Hold on, pause.
Do you need me to
The
get mad?
English
You
Standard
only ever
Version-
read it in the English
I
fucking.
mean, call whoever you want. I mean, we can
Wait. Pause. The English Standard Version is one of the top versions used by scholars. This is one of the best. Which one would you rather I read from?
Wait, can you prove that to me?
Are you serious right now?
Dude, yes, all biblical scholars.
Can you prove it
say
to me?
that The ESV,
Yeah, like, can you prove
the
to me that all
ASFV.
biblical-
Do you wanna?
Wait, can you name 20 biblical scholars that use the ESV version?
Oh, wow.
20 is a
You
lot,
couldn't name
but-
one.
Yeah, can you name 20?
Yeah, Bart Ehrman. Who else? Fucking
Jordan Peterson.
no, Jordan Peterson's not a scholar.
I don't know why they keep bringing him
I know,
up.
I know.
He's such a joke, dude.
Who else? Who would count as like a biblical scholar?
Ari, can you count to 20?
Spell 20.
Awfully quiet.
Spell scholar.
Yeah. I don't even know. So yeah,
Spell scholar.
again, you have to understand that the Bible needs to. Most biblical scholars are going to go to the actual text that it was written in, which is the Hebrew language. So,
Oh, should we get Matt? Where's Matt?
That's not
What are
true.
you talking about?
Would you like for me to get Matt, the person who speaks Hebrew?
Is he in the chat?
Hold on, let me see if I can. Hey, let me see
Wait,
if I can-
actually, there's a much easier way to do this. Mari, which version of the Bible do you believe?
it doesn't necessarily matter. I know that the Bible's
Well,
written.
it does,
Oh, you're
though.
just
Just
pivoting.
tell me which
Okay.
version you would rather I read from.
So I'll accept the original manuscripts.
Oh my god.
Can you read Hebrew?
You think it doesn't matter, really?
You can pull it up in the Greek Septuagint.
Wait, can you read Hebrew?
Mari, do you know why there's different translations?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
I want to know if you know, why are there different translations of the Bible? Like, not dozens, hundreds.
because
Why are there hundreds?
because people translated them to them.
Oh, no
There's no
shit.
shit. We got
Yeah.
Sherlock up in here.
So what was the point of your question?
Man, he's like a
Why?
fucking thinker, bro.
I said why? What if there's only one text? Why is there hundreds of translations? Why isn't there just one text?
So that people can read them.
Nah, really?
So people can read.
So can you
fuck.
read and
Yeah, so
translate?
the people
Fuck,
who
man.
don't
Oh my
so the
God.
people that don't understand it.
Holy shit, dude.
Wait, do you,
Wow,
do you know?
I just discovered something new.
Holy God. Oh my God. People. Oh my
Guys,
God.
chat, just want to let you know, Tashika, Cash App, Venmo, and her buyouts and mine too. Because this is a lot to put
Everyone
in.
who only cash apps AJ, you're fucking racist, and I'm gonna block you afterwards.
Oh,
And I second that, actually.
He
there
wasn't
it
even
is.
talking. Y'all were cash apping him. Fuck.
Actually, I was talking, but Mari, you're impossible, man.
Well, I think that Mari, since he can apparently read Hebrew, should go to Deuteronomy 22, 25 to 27 and read and translate for us. Go ahead.
So let's get this straight. Mari doesn't know why there's multiple translations. He thinks that Hebrew was the only original language of the Bible. It wasn't.
That's not true. I don't believe that.
Name the three
What are the
languages.
other languages?
Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew.
And
Come
what
on,
was
guys.
the-
I've been
what was
reading-
the
I've been
original?
reading the Bible for like 4 years, guys. Come on.
Okay, so now I've learned that he can answer questions if he knows the answer, and if he doesn't answer a question, it's because he doesn't know it. So
That's so convenient
for you,
For you.
for
Right.
you to say. Okay. Anyway,
Ian,
guys.
thank
I
you
have
so
to-
much for
I
the
have-
reparations.
Yeah, anyways, I have to go. I have
Hazy,
to
thank you
go.
for the $5.
Not you,
Sorry, he's
Remy.
kind of cute.
Mari.
Stand up.
I guess
What is
I'm,
wrong
I,
with you people?
I guess I'm just a fucking ogre. It's fine.
Oh, he's gone.
You know.
My
AJ ate
Cash
with
App
that.
was in my bio.
AJ ate with that one line and cooked them. That's crazy. That's a bit wild, love. That's a bit crazy, love. Bit wild, isn't it? In
He's
it.
gone.
But anyway, y'all, we're gonna hit a restart because we've been stuck at 2K for the entire time. And I don't know why. I blame it on AJ. This is what happens every time. So yeah. But yeah, everyone, follow me right now. Right? Follow me right now and turn on the bell. Give me like 30 seconds. I want to check my analytics real quick, and then we're gonna be live again. But
Butter.
I gotta figure out Shannon. Thank you for the $10
Butter
for the
Venmo.
Cash App. No, do not Venmo AJ.
Hey! You can't come onto my live and ask for it. I gotta come on here too.
He didn't invite me to the kickback. Kai, thank you for the $2.
This is why I'm Lydia's in such big trouble. Such big
No,
trouble.
yeah, but now you want to give me like a pity invite, and it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna head over. We're gonna do a reset. Y'all. We'll be right back. All right, AJ. Actually, not really. I know it's really cold. He's a hater, racism, you know.